Hello, beautiful children of the stars. Today I want to assure you that you do have the power to create your reality now. You have the power. You have the choice if you want to live a good life or a bad life. How much you want to be affected, what goes on in the collective. You have the power. You have the choice. It's possible. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can do that.
You are divine.
Thank you, beautiful seekers. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. I love you all so much. It means so much to me that you're here on this platform discussing, writing comments. I read every single comment. Thank you for bringing your unique perspective onto this channel. Even if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. Okay, so let's get into it. In the last few videos that I did, I talked about the scale of consciousness and I talked about perspectives. And it is so important as the first number one thing to be able to create the life that you want, to truly be the spiritual seeker that you are and open your mind to different perspectives. We are ascending into 5D. We want to get onto that Ascension Timeline. Or from a different perspective, we want to draw in the higher consciousness into our life. We know now that the globe, the mass awakening, the masses, the consciousness of all the people on our planet, the collective is not vibrating as high maybe as you are. Maybe you are far ahead. And this video is about you being able to create your reality outside of what is happening with the collective. You are part of the collective too. So whatever you do will influence the collective and play a part in it. But if you're looking out at the world and saying, wow, what is happening? Do we have a choice? There is the I don't want to say it too loud. I don't want to get this video deleted. There is the vaccines. There is the virus. There's a lot that's happening. Politics is going crazy. You may not know who to believe, what to do. But I want you for a moment just to focus in on your own perspective. So the collective has a collective path, and we are part of that. But you, as an individual, you have your own path. And in the last video I said there are 7.8 billion timelines right now, because each and every human being has the capacity to create his or her own timeline, his or her own reality. Each soul incarnated on this planet now has the opportunity to create their own reality that they are living. And I've been contemplating this a lot as I've been tuning into the collective, tuning into my own path, tuning into different perspectives at the same time. Again, that is multidimensionality. And I want to thank a little shout out to Lori Ladd. Lori Ladd has really helped me open up my perspective to the point where I can now observe my different viewpoints, my different perspectives. So you may have a perspective of I'm part of the collective. This is happening. I have no choice. Then you may have a perspective of I'm a unique individual. This is happening in the collective, but my life is actually very different. What's happening in the collective is not physically manifesting in my life. Then you may have a global perspective of, or I would say a galactic perspective, a very high vibrational neutral perspective that all that's happening is good. It's karma. Each person is playing out their own individual karma. So whatever perspective you have, each perspective is good, and it's so important to understand that by looking at this perspective and this and this and this, by looking at reality from different lenses, as Lori Ladd calls it, from different perspectives, from different viewpoints, each viewpoint is valid. Each viewpoint is a different reality. So the important thing is look at each viewpoint, look at each perspective, and choose which one you want to live. Do you want to live the 3D perspective out, go into that timeline? Do Do you want to go into the 5D perspective and timeline? Do you want to go into a neutral perspective and timeline? What is it that you want? And whatever perspective you want is the one that you will focus on, act upon. Then you can start bringing it into your life. You can start taking action steps while always upholding the vision and the belief and the reality of that timeline. And I mean, it doesn't happen overnight. It just takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of faith. Faith still does exist, right? So if we just look at this for a moment again, the 3D perspective, this is the spiral of time. Unity consciousness, 2D, 3D, 5D. If you want to be in the 3D perspective, you are very much in, I would say, in the tumbler of what's going on. You will be more and more affected by what's going on. But if you decide to go into a different perspective where the polarity, good and bad, is not so strong, if you decide to go to a point of neutrality and say, for me, everything that's playing out is fine, but for me personally, I am aligning to my highest potential. My highest potential right now as a human being is the 5th dimension, is bliss, is peace, is joy, is love, is more of unity consciousness, is less of fear, stress, negativity, everything negative that's happening. And I must say, a lot of what's happening on this planet right now is pretty negative. So for you to uphold that 5D vision and timeline and really act upon that will actually draw this unto you. And then your reality will not fall into the realms of the 3D chaotic throes that are happening right now. And you say, how can this physically happen? It does. It does. If you create your reality and can manifest what you want, you can manifest the 5th dimension. Okay? Mother Gaia is ascending, and you can ascend if you focus very strongly on that. And part of that is doing your spiritual work. I have personally experienced this. I've done this in the last 6 months. And where I am right now, physically, if I'm comparing my own timeline to what I'm seeing in the collective or the 3D aspect, it's very, very, very different. I have not been affected negatively at all. If I think about it, I'm actually doing better than I ever was. I'm feeling good. I just have to keep my vision up. I just cannot let myself be pulled down by the collective conscious mind, by what's happening. If I do not let myself be pulled down, I can stay up here and my life is actually really beautiful. My relationships are beautiful. Everything is working out. I have a garden. I've never had a garden. I'm able to have more time than I ever did. I feel better. I was able in this time to come back to center and start a plant-based lifestyle 100% again. I was there last time. Around this time last year I was there, and then I fell off the bandwagon. So for you to actually see where you're at, then you will see that it's very, very different than from the collective, what you're seeing out there, from what a lot of people are experiencing. Because if you're watching this video, if you're on this YouTube channel, you already are at a high vibrational set point. And I just want to make it clear that you do not have to buy into or become part of or make real the collective 3D timeline at this point in time. I'm not saying the 3D timeline is going to really go down. We're not all going down to crap, so to say. Not necessarily. I am not sure about the current 3D timeline, where it's heading, how far down it's going to go. I believe it may get just a little bit worse, but I believe even the 3D timeline is saved, is going up. But I want to encourage you, if you don't want to participate in that right now, in this moment in time, you can create your own high vibrational, beautiful new earth reality. You can. Doing your work, aligning yourself is very important. The higher you go in vibration, the less you can get away with just doing things that are not aligned, because they will pull you down. Getting the different perspectives is very important. And then really tuning in, how am I aligned? What's going on? Do I align with this type of behavior, this type of person. If you want to be part of the 3D timeline, then you can gladly do that. It's a valid perspective. But if you want to be part of the 5D higher ascension paradise timeline, then I would recommend not participating in a lot of the activities of the 3D timeline. And what are they? I've mentioned it before in several videos. Now, you don't have to agree. This is, again, my perspective and my experience. What are some of the things that will keep you at a certain vibration? Right here, right here or within here. We want to get here, the vibration of love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. If we want to do that, and I'm assuming you want to, then you cannot keep engaging and keep engaging and keep engaging in these very negative vibrational, I would say, activities, and not even too much of these. So what are these? These are how you spend your time. How do you spend your time? What kind of conversations do you have? If you watch movies at a low vibrational set point, TV series, and almost all of them are like that, right? I don't have Netflix or TV. I do have Amazon Prime because of the shipping, but every time I try to watch an Amazon Prime series, I feel that they're here and here and here. It is so negative every time I feel my vibration being pulled down. So now I make very careful choices in what I consume, what I let into my mind. Computer games. And the big, that starts with P, P-O-R-N, right? That vibrational set point of addiction, and it's pretty much down here, right? If you engage in those things too much, how are you going to be able to move up into that timeline? These are just some tips I'm giving you. If you stay in patterns of victimization and abuse that goes against you, if you choose to let other people victimize you, that also will be against moving up into the 5D timeline. The foods that you eat, that you consume. Now, I'm not saying you have to be vegetarian. I'm saying if it comes to your awareness that what you're putting on your plate is not based on compassion and love, if it's based on slavery or fear, right? If it's based on that, and if you're aware of it, if you become aware of that and you don't resonate and you do it anyways, just because it's too difficult to make a change. I'm saying, for example, animal products that come from fear and aggressively based treatment of animals, if it comes to your awareness and you keep doing it anyways, that is not a very high vibration, right? So I'm saying that the participation that we have been doing in the system, in the negative 3D system, in the Cabal system that I always talk about, if we continue to buy into it, even though we're aware, and that's the point, if you are aware of negative vibrations in behaviors, consuming of media, consuming of games, other things, any kind of activities, if you kind of perceive that it's a little bit of a low vibration, you just do it anyways out of habit, you don't want to change. I've always done this, what else should I do, right? I can't get off the meat, even though I feel that I should. That's why I'm saying then you're going to be in a low vibration. So it is up to you. That's why I'm saying it's your choice. But to be of a high vibration comes with a little bit of a discomfort in the beginning. So as you start to align yourself more, some of the changes that you will need to make will be a little uncomfortable. So if people say, no, you're doing just fine, just keep doing what you're doing, everything is good, you can just do everything that you've always done, I say that's not true. I say that the timeline you want to go on, the life you want to live, the vibration that you want to participate in, love, joy, peace, enlightenment, if you keep engaging in behaviors that are down here, or keep engaging closely and participating actively with people who are down here, right? Buying into it, being attached to it, being addicted to any of these things. Also, if you are working if you are participating now with an awake mind in these Cabal structures and you don't make a change, you're buying into it and you're keeping your vibration low. So it's all about your consciousness. How far do you want to open up? How many perspectives will you allow yourself to see? How do you resonate with new perspectives? And what choices, what changes are you willing to make, right? And a big reason, the number one reason why people choose the 3D reality, which is down here. The 3D reality of polarity is because they do not want to make any changes. They don't want to change their life. It's too uncomfortable. It's too uncomfortable. It's too difficult. They don't want to do it. They have their habits. They don't want to budge 1 inch to make any changes in their life. Their comfort lifestyle, you know, the lifestyle of that we've been growing up with. You can have everything at your fingertips, fast food, fast information, instant gratification. That is something that people do not want to give up. They don't want to give it up, and that's why they don't raise their vibration, because their soul knows if you go high in your vibration level, you just can't, you know, do the same old crap that you've always done. It's not possible. For me, I have chosen to raise my vibration to a point that if I consciously go against what is in my alignment, I get a slap in the face really fast, right? The feedback, the manifestation loop is really fast when you're at a high vibration. So if you're at love and above, for example, even, and not many people are there, if you're at love and above, and you are acutely aware that you are participating in negative, low vibrational behaviors and habits, and you just keep doing it anyways, out of comfort, out of whatever, you just don't want to, then it's not going to work. You're going to have negative manifestations. You're going to drop your vibration at some point, or you will not be able to go higher. That might sound harsh, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. That's part of the journey. That's part of the dedication to 5D. Okay? So if you ask yourself, why aren't my angels and guides talking to me? Why can't I raise my vibration? Why is my life still difficult? What have you truly changed? What behaviors are you participating in? Are you doing that you have truly not been willing to change? Have you been sitting down to a meditation practice? Have you really gotten yourself out of negative relationships? Have you taken that step? Have you been brave? Have you changed your job because you know the job that you are doing is not really helping the planet? How much of that have you changed? How much have you been willing to sacrifice of your comfort life, of the lower dimensions? How much? Ask yourself that. And these answers will show you why you are not going up. Okay? I'm not scolding you. This is just, wherever you are is perfect. This is just a reminder that raising your vibration is not enough just to think and, you know, to see different perspectives. In the end, these perspectives and these realizations come before the choices and the actions of a high vibrational lifestyle. Okay? It's not enough to just, oh yes, we've been under a spell. Oh yes, the cabal. Oh, they're so bad. What do I do now? What do? You start to take action on what you're seeing. You start to talk differently, move differently, act differently, make different choices. You have to start to do that to truly raise your vibration and to truly come to the place of where you have a choice to ascend, where you have that choice. But that's why I say it's your choice. In the beginning I said it's your choice. And what is a choice? A choice is an action step. It's something you actually do. You can't sit on your sofa and ascend and, you know, do exactly what you've always done. There has to be some change, okay? So that's what I wanted to say in this video. I wanted to encourage you to really look at your life. And even those parts that are so in your comfort zone that you don't want to look at them. If you've never done it or gone off or changed the behavior of something that you were addicted to, if you do that, it feels so good. I feel so proud. I feel proud that I was able to do that. You know, you can give your ego a pat on the back. It feels good. Every day I'm excited to go into the kitchen and look for beautiful, healthy, high vibrational plant foods. I think, what can I create today? What menu can I create? What more beautiful plant things can I put into my body? And I feel so good eating this when before I was eating death and fear. That's for me. For you, it may not be so, but for me, I didn't feel so good about it for a long time. And now I feel good. I feel, I don't know, the feeling that you are now doing a high vibrational activity where before you didn't. So if you are still engaging in anything that's pulling you down, even if it's a relationship that you've been trying to get rid of because you are truly a victim in a relationship, you haven't been able to, how good do you think you'll feel when you finally take that step and free yourself? How much will your vibration go up? Boom! Once you decide to take the step, be brave, be bold, do the uncomfortable thing, change your life, and get rid of that negative relationship that is truly holding you back and holding you down. How good do you think you'll feel when you wake up every day free? When you think of all the things you can do now, right? How good do you think you'll feel if you have been watching negative movies, TV series, or have been playing video games that cause attachments and entities, and that just cause maybe that addictive rush, like this. But how good do you think you'll feel when you stop that and you watch truly uplifting, heartfelt media instead? How good do you think you'll feel? And how much do you think that will, boom, raise your vibration again? All right. Okay, so maybe a bit of a rant, but I feel it's really important to talk about these things. It's really important. So make good choices for yourself, and you will be able to create the highest, the most aligned, the best timeline that is possible for you. And that's a very high one, I promise you. It's a very, very high one. And then the other negative, low vibrational things that sit on that same level will not be able to affect you. You see, because you've pulled yourself up into this category right here. That's how it works, right? So don't engage in things that are at the same vibration of those negative, horrible aspects of life that can affect you. Do you think that someone vibrating at peace or enlightenment or joy, even love, is susceptible to getting this and getting really, really sick? I don't think so. Do you think someone right here will go on a timeline where this and this will be forced upon them, where they will be living in a state of total victimhood and not having control over their life? I don't think so. That's not going to happen because it's not possible. If you are vibrating high, then the low vibrational aspects of life and that timeline, it's all a timeline. That timeline will not be available for you because you're on a different timeline. You see what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it makes sense. Okay, so we can start a discussion below. Thank you so much. Love you. Natasha, Cosmic Empress.